Hi, I'm Martin Smith with Shows Vineyards. The reason I'm doing this video is to do demonstration on why I use electric fence wires. This is the non-aluminum type that I'm using. About a foot length here, maybe 2.5 feet on that one. And instead of doing staples or clips, as you can see, this is a clip that comes with fence wire. If you're not around trees and the clips come with your wire, make sure you ask for them. A lot of stores won't give them to you unless you ask, because they can sell you bags of clips later when you go back to get clips or buy clips. Trees fall on fences, that's just what they do. You got two basic types of pliers that you need to have. This one is a basic fence plier, don't know other name for it. And this is a heavy duty wire cutters. This one here, I've seen them go as high as $120, this red handle pair. They're very much worth it. Standard wire cutters generally won't help you on this, help you too much, because you gotta, when you put stuff in, you gotta cut high tension wire every once in a while, and these top and bottom strands on regular fencing is real thick, so it always helps to have a really good pair of pliers. This is trees fall on fences. If you're around trees, this is the reason why, again, I don't advise using clips, is because when you have clips tied onto these things, it will actually break this fence wire before it breaks the clip, and then you have to re-stretch your wire and fix your wire. I'm going to have to do that with a barbed wire. When you do electric wire, all you have to do is cut all your old electric wire off of it. The tree that fell down on this fence also broke the barbed wire, line of barbed wire off, and it needs to be 2 inches from the top of your main fence. That keeps animals from walking on the fence and then just slipping through to some degree. And anytime you work with barbed wire, make sure you're wearing gloves. One loop, just one loop, make another loop on this side, both sides, and then you can string it together with just about any kind of wire. Okay. Make sure you don't put your hand directly behind this, maybe at the end, but not in here. If this thing releases, which they do, you can catch your hand and cut you. They can be dangerous. Yeah, so can the barbed wire. I found that I had a piece of regular fence wire. I'm going to use it. Like I said, you can use any kind of wire to re-stretch these things. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm taking this wire, sticking it straight out. I'm going around 1.5, bringing it up to, I want it between the two top. This wire here is for deer and making sure that when trees fall on it, this high tension wire takes out most of the energy of that tree. Hopefully it does less damage to your fence. I won't say it won't do any damage, because it always does damage. And when I bring it, I'm pulling it, I'm making sure the wire is tied up against the T-post. I'm pulling the wire as I'm bending it around the post, and then pulling the wire as I'm bending it around the main wire again. Same thing, you're always pulling on the wire as you're going. The next one up is my rope for visibility. And it's just there for looks, it's not really there to hold anything. And my fence wire just broke. right after I said the real reason to use this wire so this wire here doesn't, the main wire doesn't break. And this one broke. It usually does not. This is the first I've seen of them like this. The tree falling on it stretched the wire out, so I'm going to use that excess wire to put the wire back together again. Let's disconnect one of these first before trying to pull this thing back out. There we go. Learning curve. And then I can take two. I may have done that so you couldn't see it. I'm going to take two, after stretching this thing, taking two pairs of fence pliers. And of course it's being a bear. Okay, that's what it looks like when they break. Okay, this one goes under, goes around. I'm coming up to there. So I'm going to take this one and go around more than once. And some of this stuff takes a lot of grit. You might need two people. So there's one. I'm going to put a second one around this. And be real careful around the barbed wire. Okay, lower down on this one, even though this piece here is messed up, I'm still going to put it on this run. And the important stuff on this on fences like this is these little brackets on the T's. Again, I'm sticking the wire all the way through. One full turn, and then back to the wire. Pressing the wire up, holding it with my thumb, keeping it tight, pulling on this wire the whole time. I'm going to bend it, put a bend there so I can push it through. I'm going to pull on the wire and bring it around. Again, I'm grabbing it and pulling it as I bend it, and going around. And on the last one, it's whatever you have left over. Sometimes I'll bring it across and wrap it around, just whatever it takes to get rid of the excess. And you notice this piece here wasn't broken. The tree that landed on this thing brought it all the way to the ground. If I was using those little clips, this piece would have been broken also, along with every other piece of wire that I had on it. And that is the reason why I buy the electric fence wire, is it allows, if a tree falls on it, this wire, the main wires don't automatically break. If you're not around trees, again, make sure you get your clips because it's cheaper. Always save every penny you can save when you're farming. Okay, for the T-post that was right beside of it, what happened is it knocked it all the way down. You notice that no clips, didn't break anything. If I was up against a tree, if there was a tree or a post here and a tree fell on it, I still have to put up posts on occasion, then I just have to fix the fence. It's just more of a pain. When the posts go in sideways, I'll wrap my electric wire around here, go all the way around, not around the wire. So I'll go around the wire, go around the T-post a couple times to make sure that I'm over a notch, and then I'll come back over a wire, and then I'll do the same thing on the next wire. So it's the electric wire that's holding the wire up and not the wire to T-post. You can get by with it every once in a while. Sometimes you're in such a rocky area that the T-post just will not go in straight, so make do with whatever you got. Okay, there's two ways to put one of these fence stretchers on, or tension pullers on. The first way is to loop it through your first wire and then do a single run, and I'm going to do it a second way on this wire. First I got to clean it. Okay, first thing I do after cleaning off all the old wire is I flip this thing back on so it ratchets. Doing this second method has some disadvantages. You'll see this little clip underneath here, and that goes in the wire just, well, goes in the wire just like that. And it takes up twice the wire, twice as fast, so it's also twice as hard to turn this. Whew. Well, anyhow, good luck with fences.